Hello, I'm Lisa York and I'm your host for Life in Sanford. Today we meet with Ed Page, who is the owner of Page Law Office here in Sanford. Ed is also running for City Council Ward 4. Ed, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm an attorney here in private practice in Sanford. We run a small general trial practice doing criminal and civil work. I've been doing that for several years. Before that, I was an assistant district attorney here, prosecuting cases in Lee County for 4 years. My wife and I came here straight out of law school. We've raised our 2 girls here who are both born at Central Carolina Hospital. They're 9 and 6 and full of beans, and I'm running for City Council.
All right, why are you running for City Council? Can you tell the voters, what they can expect out of you?
There are needs that the City of Sanford has. We can be a better town. We can have a better environment for business. We can be a better place to live and to work. Why I'm running is having recognized those things, areas of improvement that can be made. People that I call my friends suggested that I should run, and I take their opinion very seriously. And when they suggested that, I decided that I should put my hat in the ring.
Well, we're glad you decided to do so. What do you think the biggest challenges are that are facing Sanford at the present time?
I recently did a decidedly unscientific Facebook poll of friends and friends of friends on Facebook about what were the biggest issues facing Sanford. And by far and away, the 2 biggest items on everybody's mind were jobs and crime. Those are 2 interrelated issues, I think, in the sense that a lot of the folks that I see in the criminal justice system might not be there if they were fully employed. If they had work, if they could feed their families, if they could occupy their time in a different way through a job, they might not be in the criminal justice system. In the same way, the repeated reports of crime that you see in the news, and granted the news does tend to report crime at the top of the hour, but it has an impact on the perception that Sanford has, not only here in town but in the surrounding area, for being a place that has a level of crime that maybe isn't attractive to folks that want to come live or work here, which doesn't help you have those businesses that are going to create those jobs. So there's a bit of a cycle there, but I think we can break it if we make Sanford more attractive to businesses than those in surrounding communities.
Absolutely.
And we can do that through lower tax burdens, lower regulatory requirements that can be reformed to make it easier. Now there's a lot of state and federal stuff that folks are still going to have to jump through, but relatively speaking, if we're easier than Southern Pines, if we're easier than Fayetteville or Cary or Apex, if we're easier than Pittsburgh to start and run a business, folks are going to gravitate here and start their business. That person that's right now, they're driving to Raleigh every morning and working for somebody else. If they knew the efforts that we were making here to make this an easier place to open and run a business, they might decide it was time to work for themselves. And before long, you have a lot of those, they're starting businesses and they're hiring other people to help them work.
Absolutely, I agree with that. How can people find out more about you, Ed? I know you have a Facebook page.
We have a Facebook page. We also have a website. You can go just search for Ed Page for City Council Ward 4 on Facebook and you'll find our Facebook page. We do ask that you come out and read what we have and like us. We also have a website. It's the number 4, edpage.wordpress.com.
Okay. And how can people support you?
Well, of course, we need contributions, but really contributions are a means to an end, which is getting the word out. Ward 4 is not a big ward. It's pretty much southern and central Sanford. It includes places like Carthage Colonies, Mallard Cove Apartments, High Ridge Village, Timber Ridge. It includes a lot of the historic district, Davenport Park, which is kind of the Park Avenue area behind Little Kiwanis Park, up Fields Drive, over in this part of town where my office is, on Cortland Drive. And so if you know people that live in those areas, we ask that you get the word out to them as well.
Okay. What is your general political philosophy?
I consider myself a conservative. It doesn't have as much meaning on a local level, and so I tend to throw out those one-word descriptive terms because we all have a general idea of what that means on a national or a state level. It's not as clear in local politics. In local politics, what I consider that to mean for me is I'm in favor of limited government, free markets, and trying to get government out of the way of businesses and individuals, and encourage private business, private charity. I think that they have better, more efficient, more cost-effective solutions to most of our problems than government, even the best intentioned government, which tends to be fraught with waste or inefficiencies.
Well, there you have it. You've got Ed Page running for City Council of Ward 4 for Sanford, North Carolina. Ed, I appreciate you meeting with us today. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the polls.